everybody, I've finally got round to showing the how to paint, create, stick things to, add bits and bobs to my mushroom house. It's finally finished. After all the weeks of shoving more clay on, letting it dry, put more clay on, let it dry, put more clay on, let it dry. Am I annoying you yet? I'm annoying myself. You'll have to excuse the state of my desk. It's like my brain, messy. Anyhow, I've shoved some DAS onto a plastic bottle and tried to smooth it out as best as can, because obviously the bottle is flexible. And I'm using the inside to be windows and the hole in the door. Oh yeah, that's actually a window too. So it's a circle window. I'm smoothing it out, trying to get it to stay the same thickness. I absolutely love DAS air dry clay. It's just so nice to work with. I'm drawing out the window with me thing. That thing. Knife? Is it a knife? Oh God. Brain? No. I don't think it's a knife. It's called something. If you know, just put it in the comments so I can unfreeze my brain. But this tool, this is my favourite tool. I absolutely love this tool. You can draw with it, you can smush things with it, you can smooth things with it, roll around in it. No, that's not right. Roll around on the clay with it. I will get my teeth in one day. But it's the best tool I have. You can paint with it, all sorts. I even use it with my resin. And I'm here again, cutting windows out. And everything looks messy at the beginning. It always does. But DAS is just so forgiving. And you can make it look amazing. Just with a little titivate here or there. I love that word, titivate. Oh God, I'm on lack of sleep again. So I might sound a bit daft. Or snuffly. I feel like I'm coming down with a cold. So here I am making a door. Rolled out my clay, and I've brought out my slip. This was a block of dried clay that I couldn't use. So I put it into a pot and added some water and kept mixing and mixing until it got to a nice like a paste. I cross-hatched the main body of the house so then I could use the slip to basically glue the door on and smooth it out. I use the slip also to use as a base coat for things if I want to put some texture on. It's really good stuff. DAS is very, very versatile. I'm sure I've said this already. But I use my ball stylus to shape out the door a little bit more. And I've put my little hinges in and cut out my little circle window. And I'm using my ball stylus just to smooth it out on the inside, and it needs cutting out a little bit more. And this tool, again, fantastic. And I've put my little wood grain in using the point. As you'll see later on, it looks good with the different colours. Because I use like a base coat and then a dry brushing technique. So again, I'm going to leave you with some more music. See you in a bit. on the mushroom cap. I've used foil to make my shape, but I realise at some point it's just not big enough, so I take it off. There is also a point where it falls off and then I have to try and sort that out. But while it was off, I did faff with it a bit more, which was a lot easier than when it was actually attached. But once it was properly attached and not falling off anymore, I added ridges to it to just bulk it out a little bit more. If ever you get these bubbly bits on your clay, just smooth some water over it. It gets rid of it lovely. As you can see, I'm putting it on quite thick, so then it makes it really heavy, really heavy. So dummy me picks it up and, well, if something's heavy on the top, it's going to come off, isn't it? So it did. But like I said, I rectified that. I used several bits of clay here and put them together and smoothed out the joins. The lines going around the actual body of the house is like the mushroomy bits that grow out of trees. And I've put some swirly detail in on the house to make it look patterned, because later on I add some bits and bobs to it. I have to put like I'm going to say snake of clay, like from Ace of Clay, because it is basically a thick snake, just to get the join, so the head of the mushroom, yes, head of the mushroom, is not so top heavy. Here you can barely see, because again, dummy me, can't get my camera angles right, but I'm putting extra clay on to get more of a lip so the mushroom hangs over. As you can see, I've already put in lines to do the underside of the mushroom. I don't actually remember right now what that bit's called, but it's usually the dark brown stuff, or depending on which mushroom you're looking at actually. But yeah, I have to make it thicker, and it's very heavy at this point, mainly because it's still damp clay. And as you probably can see at the bottom, when it gets in shot, that there's cracks appearing on the bottom. That's because it's drying out quickly. But that won't matter later, even if it does dry out and crack, because I fix all that. The windows are absolutely dirty. Need a new window cleaner. Maybe we should get some fairies on that job. But yeah, I've faffed and faffed and faffed with this to try and get it to look more like a mushroom. I hope you think it's working. I do think it looks like a mushroom house than we've done. I tried to leave in the texture so it made it bumpy on the top. And is this where it falls off? Yay, there it goes. Yeah, it was too heavy. But like I said, it made it a lot easier just to faff around the top so I could sort it. I'd even glued down the foil to the top. Obviously not enough glue, or the wrong glue. So I think I tried gluing it again. here I'm doing the base because I've finished it, put it all back together. Again, it's a piece of wood with silver foil on top, aluminium foil, and I'm just making a base just to put the house on, so then I can get it firm. And I've got my steps, and if you can see, I've put lights in because that's the cable. My steps for my fairy to get through to the door. Well, it's actually not a fairy. It's not a fairy. It's a 3D printed character from a film. And his name's Hoggle. He's so cute. Let me know if you know where Hoggle is from. I'll try not to mention it, just to see if you know. But knowing my luck, I'll forget and say it, because that's what I'm like. But you can see I've got stone coloured clay now, because I couldn't get any more white. But I noticed this was even softer than the white clay. It feels much nicer, and I thought the white one was brilliant. But again, my desk is an absolute state. I can't work in tidy. I don't know why not. It's very odd. As soon as I'm tidy, I'm like, nope, brain freeze, can't work on this. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure I fill in the nooks and crannies of the bottom of the house, just to make sure it stays put, because you don't want to go picking it up and it all just flops apart, you know, like the house lid, mushroom cap. Anyway, you live, you learn. I also have lots of little bits of rubbish or stuff that hasn't worked out, but I don't want to throw it because I don't like wasting stuff. So I use a lot of it on here. Well, not a lot of it, some of it that I've got. And I'm squishing the heck out of this clay just to get it to set nicely. And it does work a treat. And I just love how it just smooshes. Smoosh! I love that word. Smoosh and smear. I don't know. I think I've lost plot today. But yeah, you can just get so much texture. And I've got my little bottle of water. Just squish a bit of water on now and again. Most of the time I put water on the actual mat and use my hand to dab in and then squish it around like that. As you can see, I've hidden the cable under it, so then it's not in the way. But I wish I'd used the lights differently. But here you see I'm using the old resin pieces that I've didn't think were quite right to use as anything else. And I always keep these to one side. I've got like a bag of mismatched bits. But I thought it'd be perfect on here. So it's got like a crystal garden. And I make my own rocks. Again, using these little snakes of clay just to hold them all in. But I'll let you continue to watch. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.